Hey everybody, it's Jimmy and Bill. Bill, you ever notice, we go into these houses, they're huge in the United States, and you go in them and they kind of feel cheap. Every house, all the new construction houses, I'm like, it just feels cheap. I haven't gone into a new build, that I'm like, wow, this is really good quality. This is gonna last a long time. So I started watching this TV show and they were talking about different countries and their building methods.
Right, yep.
Okay? And after watching them, like some houses in other countries, I'm going to talk about other countries, they're building these houses to last 100, 200 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay? And I'm like, so I'm watching their building method, then I'm looking at our building method because we do the inspections every day on them.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, damn, are we that cheap?
Yes.
And
Spoiler alert, sorry.
So that's what we're talking about today.
Okay.
We're going to talk about, quality of builders around the world. We're going to talk about a little bit about Germany, Japan, Italy. I went to all these. I did some research. Norway, common trends, materials.
You flew to all these places between our last video and today? Holy smokes, man. Jeez. Good. I didn't even know you left.
Home sizes versus quality. So I feel like after looking at I'll give you an example and then we'll get into this, but a lot of countries build smaller homes, but much better quality. Huge better quality.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, we definitely are robust with our building.
Which, if you really think about it, it's kind of stupid. Like I'm noticing some houses, so I'm paying attention, so I'm doing some inspections. Some houses are 4,000-5,000 square feet.
Yep.
Huge houses. Mm-hmm. And it's like 2 people moving in there, 3
Right.
people moving in there.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm like, what is that, a status thing?
Yeah, probably.
Well, what's what we're going to talk about. In the meantime, if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing. It really does help out the channel. It's greatly appreciated. And if you need a real estate agent anywhere in the United States, my phone number is below. Or if you need a home inspector in Tampa Bay, we're available. All right. Let's talk about some countries. So I'll give you, Germany is the gold standard, okay, of precision. Thick masonry walls, insulated concrete forms, triple pane windows is the standard over there.
Wow.
Okay. Passive house design, like they don't make them really complicated. Builders are trained tradespeople. It's not like you're pulling into a Home Depot and saying, hey, get in the back of the pickup, let's go over there and build this house.
Right,
or
like here's how you put the screws into the drywall, put them this far apart, and
it's a trade. Like over here, we're in Tarpon Springs, and they did some masonry down here, and they actually flew some people in from Greece to do it, and it's like an art. We don't have those people here.
No. I mean, I've been different countries and stuff over the years, and you see that there's a huge difference between how we build and just the skill. I mean, even look at some of the older houses that we have. Let's look at like St. Pete, even here in Tarpon Springs where we have some, 1900s, early 1900s buildings, craftsmanship is gone.
It's gone.
Yeah, it's not like, they were using plaster, like horsehair plaster, things like that. And they had to put multiple layers on. Now it's drywall, I get it, it's faster. And you put like one skim. They barely even do like 3 or 4 skims on the seams.
At the end of the video, I'm gonna give you my opinion after I did this research. Japan, okay, modern tech and rebuilding culture. In Japan, they frequently rebuild, but with innovation. Homes are often rebuilt every 30 to 40 years due to earthquake and culture and attitudes and stuff like that.
Interesting, okay.
Earthquake-resistant designs are mandatory now. Steel, bracing, shock absorbers, foundation, and other reinforcements are common.
Yep, and there's a lot of places that's common. We just don't have earthquakes here in Florida per se, so we don't build like that.
But we still build cheap in California, and we have earthquakes there.
Yeah.
Okay. Smart home systems integrated. Japan is really into that. But here's the big one for Japan, okay? Tiny footprint, high efficiencies. Japanese homes prioritize clever use of space and often outperform U.S. homes in air quality and insulation. No wonder they live a lot longer than us.
Right.
They eat a lot of fish too,
Well, they walk,
That's one place I really want to go to.
Yeah, I've never been there.
All right, let's talk about Italy, Spain. Stone, brick, and history. Stone and brick structures are the norm. Many homes are built with materials that last centuries.
Yep. Let me think stone. you know? And that's not just Spain. I mean, we're going to hit a couple different spots, but there's other places that build just like that.
Well,
and those
roofs, they
structures
use
are here.
terracotta
Yeah.
or clay tiles.
Yep.
That's common. You don't see asphalt shingles there.
No.
Okay.
No.
High thermal mass keeps temperature stable.
Yep.
All right. Plaster and stucco finishes, not vinyl. They're not putting vinyl siding on that with
No,
one storm.
it's plaster.
And homes, when they build homes there, they're built, literally, I watched some shows. I actually had to go watch some shows from Italy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They build them for generations. Like, all right, I'm going to build this house, and my kids are going to live in this house, and my kids' kids are going to live in this house, and the kids' kids are going to live in this house.
Yes, yeah, it's generational. Well, and you know, that also is a culture shift too, compared to the United States. A lot of people in the United States, well, yes, it's becoming more popular to have people move back into homes, but you know, overseas, South America, Central America, things like that, it's not uncommon to have your parents move in with you when they get older.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way it is.
And what did people do here? Put them in
You put them in a
living?
nursing home. Yeah, I mean, they have those things there, but you know, but at the end of the day, it's most everybody has somebody live with you.
All right, Norway, Finland, okay, built for the elements. Insane insulation. These countries go far beyond U.S. and R value due to the cold climate. Triple sealed windows and doors. Airtight homes are default, not an upgrade. You have to have that.
That makes sense.
Cross-laminated timber, a strong, suitable product used for eco-friendly and long-lasting builds. Neutral finishes, low VOC materials, health and air quality is prioritized. They're like, hey, whatever materials we're going to put, you know, in this house. Like we had that problem here in the United States. We got that Chinese drywall. Remember all that?
Yep. So when you're building these new buildings, everything is super tight, right? Because they're efficient and they have to keep out ridiculous cold weather.
Yeah, they do an air test, you know, a vacuum test.
Yeah, but they're well, that's
so
not, I wasn't
efficient.
talking about that. I was talking not the test. I'm talking that they build them so efficiently that it doesn't allow for air turnover.
Right.
So you can build up a whole bunch of nasties in the house because you don't have that turnover. I mean, it happens here in the United States too, but not nearly as bad as it would with somewhere that everything is super sealed up.
And you know what I found out? You know, I assume it's true, but I'm not 100% sure. You know when you walk into a brand new build and it smells like a brand new house?
Yeah.
Okay, new carpet.
I love that smell.
Yeah, everybody loves that smell,
New
but
car smell.
it's really not healthy for you.
No, that's all the chemicals off-gassing. That's the plastics off-gassing, and everything is plastic for the most part.
Here's what makes all those countries, and I can go more down countries, but you got my point, okay?
Yep.
This is what makes them different from us. Durability and aesthetics, okay? They have much better durability than us. Regulations push quality. We have regulations here, you know, but it's not pushing quality, I guess. It's pushing more of storms, I guess, standards.
Yeah, we're obviously more worried about storms.
Yeah.
You know, not necessarily earthquakes. You know, things that you know. Well, look at our standards that are changing now, right? If you're building on the coast, like we are like we're here right now,
Right.
you know, you're going to have to build up now. There's no more building on ground level. You have to be up.
Yeah, well, of course, yeah.
Because of flooding. So those are, you know, we're adapting. You go to other countries, Central America, South America, Japan, like you said, any of those countries that are prone to earthquakes, right? Greece, prone to earthquakes. They have to build to a different standard. California, here in the United States, they're supposed to build to a different standard because of
But do you
earthquakes.
think they're going to? They had the fires, okay, wiped out so many homes. Do you really think they're going to build to standard in California for fires and stuff? They're not.
No,
they're going to do a lot of talk.
There's certain thing, yeah, they're going to do the, okay, we researched it, but in my opinion, but there's only so much you can do when it comes to fire. Like, fire claims everything, right? Just think about it.
Yeah, but I have friends in California, and they won't even let them cut back the brush to get it away from their house or the trees. They're like,
Hey.
no, you can't cut that brush. It's like, well, I'm cutting it back.
Because there's a lizard that lives in there or something.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
they're like, well, you can put these sprinkler systems in now, you know, that's the kind of stuff that they come up with. But here, labor standards. The labor standards in those countries are skilled workers. You're like, okay, you're
I
a
gotcha.
masonry person. You're going
Skilled labor.
Skilled labor.
Yeah,
You're going to go to school or you're going to work under somebody for years.
Yeah, you're an apprentice.
You're an apprentice.
Yeah, I have a friend that came over from the UK, and he apprenticed for like tile and block, you know, and brick. Like he was more of a mason, right?
Yeah.
And that's what he learned when he was still living in the UK. He moved to the States, but he taught me how to lay tile. And I knew how to do a lot of woodworking and finish carpentry, so we just kind of complemented each other. But it was like that dude could lay tile. It was amazing to watch him work.
Yeah,
I mean,
right
it
now,
was gorgeous.
I do inspection. I see people like, okay, I got a pickup truck. I'll go to Home Depot, buy 2 bags of cement, a couple of bricks. I'll put a magnetic sticker on the side of my truck, and I'm a masonry
guy.
I'm a masonry guy.
Look, to be fair, we do have contractor licenses, so don't get us wrong. We're not saying that you don't have a
but we're talking
contractor's
about
license.
skilled.
Yeah, but we're talking specifically, like this individual specifically studied under somebody for years.
Yeah, you don't do that now.
We don't do that here. Yes, we have to go to school to become a general contractor, et cetera, and have some experience, but not to the level that they're at. It's a different game.
You got to go, like the AC companies in Florida, I think you have to work under somebody to be an HVAC person.
Yeah.
But even like, let's talk about our professions. Real estate agent, home inspector. You study, you take the test, you pass. Okay, you have a home inspection license or you have a real estate license. Doesn't really mean crap.
No, you really, like for real estate specifically, we really do need some mentorship programs. I recommend when people ask me, hey, should I get into real estate? Sure. Well, what should I do? Like, because everybody looks at the commission splits and I'm going to be rich, and it's like TV, because it's nothing like TV.
I want to be like the flippers on TV.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. But you really should join a team, because that's more of an apprentice program.
Let's talk about building philosophy, speed versus longevity. We're all about speed on everything.
Yeah.
Okay, the United States. But over there, they're building longevity. And one of the videos I was watching over there, they're like, oh, I got to build this quality because the other masonry people or the other builders.
They're judging you.
They're judging you.
Yes. Well, because you know what? We've lost a lot of things here, too. When your name goes on something, not literally your name goes on something.
Google reviews or something.
Yeah,
here.
but I'm saying, like, when your name goes on something, you're like, oh, this was a so-and-so built home, so you know that it's X quality. It's a higher standard. Overseas, there's a lot of people, their name is their reputation.
Personal name.
But it's generational, too. Their father was a mason, as an example.
Put it this way, in some of these countries, the homes are meant to last so long that they put a brick in there with the year that it was built.
Right.
Over here, what are you going to do? Oh, built in 84 and torn down in 2025. Okay, we're into fast and mass-produced versus slow and solid. We just talked about.
Yep.
Post-war demand shifted everything. After World War II, homes needed to be fast, prefab, and suburban sprawl led the way. Okay, like I'm from Long Island, and there's a town called Levittown. Look it up. And after World War II, they built this town called Levittown. And every home was the same. I think the homes were like $5,500 back then, And now they're still there, but they had add-ons and all that stuff. But it was just fast, quick.
Yeah,
build,
of course.
Turn, build,
Turn of the century building booms.
Yeah. It was standardized across everything. Now, wood frame versus concrete and brick. U.S. homes are mostly stick-built with wood. Many other countries use concrete, brick, or stone for durability.
Or poured concrete.
Right. And I know in Florida we're doing block, but I think they're doing block because they have no choice because of the weather. But a lot of the other country is wood. I would never buy a wood framed house in Florida.
Well, you got to look back. The houses that were wood frame, the 1900s houses, let's say, that you see still standing, you're like, well, that's a wood frame. Hang on, that's a wood frame house, right? Yeah. It's been around, so wood frame's okay. But that's old growth, slow growth wood. These aren't tree farms that grew, a tree in 5 years. This is old, heavy, thick, hard timber. I think we are going to get wet again today.
All right. In the United States, time equals money. Over there, they're not going by that.
Correct.
Okay. Building codes allow cheaper methods in the United States, and weather determines on how we build in certain areas over here. Okay. But resale over legit, like everybody's like, okay, bigger is better. We'll get more money, for the house.
Yep.
In other countries, they don't. Wow, that's coming in really, really
fast. That's
what
I said. I think we're going to get wet.
Okay. Cheap available materials. Wood is cheap and plentiful in the U.S.
Yep.
Drywall is everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
Vinyl siding, brick, and stucco. Like, you know, like, oh, that's, people like
And it's
tell me.
brick veneer. It's not even brick. It's brick veneer.
Yeah, and it's so funny, like, oh, I'm buying that house because it's brick. I'm like, it's not brick, it's a wood frame house.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, look, it's brick, you know? And I'm like, come look at it. It's like this thin, and it's just a veneer
Yep.
to make it look like that. Plastic fixtures, hollow doors, and laminated flooring. You won't find that overseas.
No, you don't.
Concrete slabs for foundations. You know, we do a lot of that. Roof is asphalt. Typically, these last 20, 30 years compared to tile slate roofs in Europe that last 100 plus years.
Yeah, it's true. I just look at Vanessa's parents' house, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to their house, and they've got cherry wood floors, and it's cherry wood, like real cherry wood. The whole building is poured concrete because it's earthquake resistant buildings, right? But it's super insulated. They don't have like insulated windows and whatnot because they've got a lot of breeze because they're on the Pacific Ocean. But you know, because they live close to the coast and they're a little higher, they don't have to worry about flooding there. They worry about flooding from rain, but they don't get that. But it's just the construction is so different. The floors,
and they're
but that house
Peru,
was
right?
Yeah, they're in Peru. But that house was built like 40 or 50 years ago. It looks like it was built yesterday.
Yeah, and the whole thing is, over there they don't have prefab. Like over there on the shows that I watch, if they're building a fireplace, they're building it. Over here, you order it at Home Depot and they'll deliver it and you put it there, like, there's your fireplace.
Right. There's your fireplace.
You know, supply chains, you know, because supply chains keeps everything cheap. In the United States, at the end of the day, it's all about money.
It is, and how
Money
fast
and
we can do
size.
it. Money, size, time.
So let's talk about really quick before it starts raining. Home size versus quality. Bigger homes, less budget per square foot. People are looking for bigger homes. I don't know why.
Right, and homes are building. They've got these giant spaces. We were just talking about this the other day. You know, like I sold a house, and the house was almost 4,000 square feet, just under by a touch. And when I go in, I mean, the house is gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful, well-built house. However, I go into the kitchen, and I'm like, you have 4,000 square feet, and the kitchen is half the size of my kitchen. When you've got 4,000 square feet, and you could barely put 2 people in there to cook. It just didn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I can keep going, but at the end of the day, here's my opinion. After doing this research and inspecting homes, so it's not like I'm just saying, okay, these homes are cheap. I am telling you, in my opinion, the homes are built cheaply here. From big corporations, just, you know, let's buy, you know, 5,000 toilets, or let's buy PEX plumbing.
Yeah.
They don't do any of that. We're going to get blown away.
So anyway, this is
do you think that we build cheap homes compared to everybody else?
We do. Compared to everybody else, we build cheap homes, and like anything, different builders build with different grade stuff. Regardless of what upgrade packages, we're not talking about that. We're talking about how the builder builds as a whole.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about, and they're going to build to the standard.
Cheap. It's all about money here.
Yeah.
Over there, they don't care. Like, you know, like if you go and say, hey, who built this home? You're going to name a company.
Yeah.
But over there, you say, who built this home? And you're like, oh, Bill down the road built it.
Yeah. Bill and his kids built this house, and so on and so forth, or whatever the case is. It's,
What do you
again,
guys
family
think?
names.
Do you guys think the homes in the United States are built cheaply? Because I do, especially after doing this research. You?
They're definitely built less expensive than other areas, and they
But
are
at the
not
turn of
built
the
to
19th
last.
century, like the homes I inspect, and some of them, like the timber, like you said, are just like,
Well, it's like iron now.
it's like iron now.
Yeah, we've remodeled a few, but it's
Anyways,
tough.
that's today's video. I really appreciate you guys watching. Like always, consider subscribing. It really, really does help out the channel. And watch this video here. I picked it out just for you. And if you need to contact me, my phone number is below. Remember, this video right here. Thanks, and have a great day.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.